back with Sharon, and today we are talking about something different. Okay, we are talking about ghosting. Sharon is going to share a story with us about how she got ghosted and how it actually traumatized her. Being ghosted. Ghosting is something we have talked a lot about on my page. I have made videos. Actually, some of the videos that I have created are inspired by Sharon's story, you guys. So, without wasting a lot of time, I'm gonna let Sharon take us through her story. Sharon, from the comfort or from the place where you're comfortable with, please start us from where you met this guy or how it went, and then we'll continue. And then maybe I might ask you some questions. And I also want to say, ghosting is something that happens a lot. I have gone through ghosting, but yours is like, oh my God, yours is. Anyway, please take us through your story, Sharon. Welcome. And thank you so much
Thank,
for joining us.
thank you. Thank you for hosting me here today. Like the host said, I am Sharon, and I will take you through my ghosting story. And just sit back, relax, and just hear from me because this is first-hand experience. I will tell you how I met this person, and I met him on Afro Introductions. This is where I met this person. So there is hopes out here on dating apps. That's a reality. You can meet somebody. That's first thing. So I met him in 2022 April when I was outside my home country. I was actually in Iraq that time and I was working there. So I knew Ross and she was talking about the dating apps, this and that. Then I said, I should give it a try. And when I went there, he was the third person I talked to, and he seemed so serious. So I gave him a chance, and we agreed that we want to do this. And then we both left the dating app after like 2 weeks. We started talking. His communication was okay. He was communicating well. We used to video call. The good thing about communication, because of the time difference, he used to work
Mm,
during the night and I used to work during the day. So it was easy to communicate while he's at work and I'm working during the day. It was so easy for us to communicate. And we grew when it comes to communication, getting to know each other, what we wanted. After around 2 months, he was like, I feel like this is going in the right direction and I want to take things to the next level. And I
yes.
engaged him and asked him what, like, on what level do you want us to take this relationship? And he said he would like to come to my country and we get married. This
Right.
was our this would be our very first meeting, physical meeting, him coming to
Yes.
my country and us getting married. Given the
Mm,
fact that I was going back home during that 2022, the end of 2022, my contract was coming to an end and I was going back home in November. And I felt like, wow, this is a good plan. If actually he's planning to come to my country and I'm going back to my country in 2022 November, then I will give it a shot. So we planned a lot of things. He wanted to know more about how, if it's engagement and how marriage happens back in my country. And I did my research. I used to listen to Ross videos a lot because I needed the details. I needed the details. So I
yes.
would go watch the videos, join the lives and get the details, and then come back to him and tell him this is what it takes for you to come to my country. This is what
Yeah.
it takes for a US citizen to marry a Kenyan woman. And you will have to do these things. You'll have to get these documents together from the marriage decree certificate, and you'll have to go to your US embassy. And mark you, there are some of the processes I used to do while in Iraq. So nothing is impossible. Nothing is
Yes.
impossible. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're committed to somebody and you want something to work, you will both make it work. So because
Mm-hmm.
he was not so much educated about the marriage process in Kenya, the booking. In fact, he didn't even have a passport. It was his first time to travel
Wow.
outside the US. Yeah. So
Wow.
I was like, you should apply for your passport. He applied his passport during that period. He got his passport. And this is when I started with checking the procedures of marriage, checking how the marriage plans will happen, because I asked him, what type of marriage do you want us to have? And he
Yes.
said he wants a white wedding. First, he was for a traditional wedding. Sorry, he wanted a traditional wedding. And when it
Yes.
comes to my community or my tribe,
Yes.
traditional wedding is very, very involving.
Expensive.
You will spend a lot
Yes.
compared to a white wedding. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no, let's just go for a civil wedding. I'm good with that. And he was like, no, no, I want something we will look back at and say we had our best day. And I was like, wow, every
Wow.
woman dreams for, quite
Yes.
big wedding, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like focus too much on how like the money, the budget, because when he said it, I was like, he's ready. So let me give it, a chance. I don't want him to feel like I don't want to do what he wants to do by himself. So we started planning the white wedding. I was for civil wedding. He wanted the white wedding. So I went
Yes.
for the white wedding.
Yes.
Chillings. So we started planning for the white wedding. During this period, from April, he started supporting me financially after 2 weeks. I I didn't ask him for money. He started
Yes.
sending me money. Every Thursday, he would send money through my sister who was in Kenya, because sending money to Iraq is actually a long process. So he would
Yes.
send money through my sister, who
Mm-hmm.
was back in Kenya then, and he made sure every week he would send around $150 or $200. That is
Okay.
on weekly basis. So to
Okay.
me, that's a good financial support when you are building something that at the end of the day you'll go to the embassy, you'll give this type of documents, and to make sure that they believe that this is a genuine relationship. That is one
Yes.
thing I felt like it's good from him.
Mm-hmm.
So we started planning the wedding. I planned the wedding while in Iraq. I looked for someone who would do my gown. I looked for the service providers, those who would come and
Wow.
do the decors. I looked for the venue while in Iraq. I just went to
Wow.
social medias, checked different venues, and I found very amazing people whom we communicated, and we were on the same page, and we agreed, and they were doing all the things while I was in Iraq. I
Mm-hmm.
paid the down payment for the venue. When it comes to our outfits, we discussed with him my gown and everything, and we agreed on a certain gown. He sent money for the gown, besides the money he used to send for the support. He sent money for the gown, he sent money for the venue.
Wow.
He was doing everything when it comes to financial
Wow.
support. He was doing
Yes.
everything. That one I will admit. And for
Mm-hmm.
me, I was genuine with him, because some people, when they see someone who is doing the financial support, they take advantage of him.
Yes.
With me, I was very genuine with him. Sometimes I
Mm-hmm.
would tell him, if it's just a small amount, like maybe 10,000, I would tell him, no, you've been sending money on weekly basis. I will take care of this because I have the money. So with
Yes.
the bigger plans, you can take care of that. But these small ones, the money you've been
Mm-hmm.
sending can cater for that.
Mm-hmm.
So we plan everything when it comes to outfits, venue, decor, wedding, him talking to my parents through the video call. He used to take to talk to my parents a lot,
Mm-hmm.
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And they started, asking me, what are you planning? Is he coming? And he assured them on the call. Actually, he assured them, yes, I'm
Wow.
coming on this and this date. And I will tell you, days were moving really, really fast, because we were
Yes, I
in April,
remember.
yes, we are in September, we are in November, and here I am. I'm booking a flight. He was so happy to see me booking a flight and going back to Kenya, because everything was in place. Before
Mm-hmm.
I moved to Kenya from Iraq after my contract ended, there's a document that he really wanted to have once he comes to Kenya from
Yes.
his US embassy in Nairobi.
Right.
Let me tell you guys, I booked that appointment online. Oh my God.
Yes.
It was so
And
amazing to do things
let me
that,
pause you there, Sharon. Let me pause you there.
yes.
Okay, you guys who are joining, please like the video as you're coming in. And don't worry, I'm gonna save the video for you to watch if you came in late. I see Kate is suggesting that I save the video. Of course, I will. I didn't advertise this live because you know YouTube, sometimes you promise people you're gonna go live and then something goes wrong, but we are glad that we are able to go live. I want to mention that there is a video on TikTok I posted showing you, even here on YouTube, showing you the process of booking an interview at the US Embassy. Okay, for them, not an interview, for their to swear an affidavit of marital status for the American citizen. I just want to give credit here on this live. It was Sharon actually who sent me that video. She screen recorded the process and she sent it to me and she said, Rose, put this on your page. It could help someone who is going through the process. So if that video helped you, please thank Sharon and please subscribe to her YouTube channel. Please continue, Sharon. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm just speaking from where you left about swearing affidavit when it comes to marriage with from a
Yes.
US citizen in Nairobi, in Nairobi when it comes to US embassy. So I was so green. I had never done this before. And when we tell people you should get information out there, don't just wait for someone to feed you or just to ask you for money in exchange of something. You can go out there and get information all by yourself. So, like I said, I used to follow Ross a lot and they used to mention these things. So I just said, let me go to the US website. I might find something helpful. First, I went to Google how I can book an interview. And then they told me you can go to the US website, and I went to the US website. The first time I tried, like all the dates were booked, but I
Yeah.
didn't give up. I didn't give up. I was like, I'm gonna try again after a few hours because some people cancel. Some people
Yes.
cancel the appointments. Some people
Mhm.
don't show up. So the embassy cancels the appointments. So the
Mm.
next day, again, I went back to the US embassy website and I
Yes.
found dates that were just favorable, like favorable on our
Yes.
plans.
I
So I was
remember you
like,
were so happy.
yes, I'm
You're
like,
like,
I'm doing this, I'm doing this. I went there and checked the dates, and I knew when he was traveling. Actually, I knew when he was traveling. And I was like, if he will be in Kenya on 14th,
yeah.
then he can rest on 15th, then on 16th, he can go
16.
for the interview.
Yes.
Then I went,
Yes.
I chose 16th, and it went through, and they sent me the final page document. I was like, yeah, we have a wedding, we have a
Yes.
wedding. It's going to happen. Because if he does not have that document,
Yeah.
there is no wedding when
No
it comes to
wedding.
US citizens. If
Mm-hmm.
your man comes and he does not go to the US embassy to book the appointment and go to swear the affidavit, there's no
Mm-hmm.
wedding. There
Yep.
is no wedding.
Yep.
That's where all the processes stops. Even if you go to Sharia house, they will ask you for that document. If you
Yes.
don't have, they will send you back. That's how
Mm-hmm.
it works. So we
Mm-hmm.
got the very most important document, and I told him,
Yes.
babe,
Mm-hmm.
here we go. I got it. I printed it out. Actually, I have it. It's just like I didn't carry it with me where I am. It's back in Kenya, but I always keep that document. It reminds me of a lot of things.
Yes.
So after that happened, we were 100% sure, like we are going to have a wedding.
Yes.
So I was introduced to a certain lady who used to help me when it comes to Sharia house, registering marriage, pushing it because we didn't have a lot of time.
Yes.
So I talked to the lady. She worked out everything on our behalf. I will not mention her name, but if
Mm-hmm.
anyone wants that type of help, you can actually reach out to me and I will offer you that type of help. So the lady pushed everything for us. She made all the documents that were needed on my behalf while I was
Wow.
outside the country. I just came back
Yes.
home and everything was there.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I didn't have a birth certificate. I lost it, and she processed a birth certificate, an
Wow.
original one for
Wow.
me. And
Okay.
yes,
Nice.
so the date came, and I was to leave Iraq to come back to Kenya. In my
Okay.
mind, I knew the wedding is going to happen. I am
Yes.
going to be, oh my goodness, you don't know how I was feeling, given the fact that I chose a gown that I want to live to remember. I did a wedding in this gown. I was ready for it. So I went back to Kenya. He was there. We used to communicate and everything. He used to follow up. When I went to Kenya, the Airbnb I slept in, he's the one who paid for it. It was in Rwaka. He's the one who paid for it. Then I looked for an apartment in Rwaka. He used to pay for that, and he used to send money for upkeep. Okay.
Okay.
So during that period, I went to check my outfits, and they were there. I went to check for the venue. The venue was there. They were waiting for us. I called the
Wow.
people, the decoration people. They were like,
Mhm.
"We are coming all the way from Machakos." They came because
Wow.
they were there. They wanted it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was intact.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the village to talk to my parents, and they were waiting for my husband to be to jet
Oh.
into the country.
Hmm. From the US.
So when I went to see my parents, I explained to them everything, and with me I didn't want to have a big wedding, so I just had a small family members to be involved, because when it comes to our customs, when someone is giving dowry, we should have at least a representative of the clan and all that. So
Right.
I was like, Dad, can you just get two people, and I'm good with that, and my mom
Yeah.
can get just one of her favorite friends or some of our closer, relative, just one,
Yeah.
and everything is sealed. So
Yes.
every plan was in place, and I went back to Nairobi because I should have gone to pick him in the airport when he jets in.
Yes.
So
Yes.
during that period, when he knew that I already went back, I already went to see my parents and came back to Nairobi, and now we need to make sure his outfits are ready, because he didn't buy any outfits from the US. All his outfits were being customized in Kenya, and I
Wow.
had a whole group of bridesmaids. I had a whole group of groomsmen, and he was in WhatsApp group of the groomsmen WhatsApp group. He was in it,
Wow.
so he used to
Mm-hmm.
engage with them. They knew him. They used to crack jokes. They used to talk.
Wow.
So these are the
Yes.
people who are actually expecting to see this man who is coming to take our friend away from us.
Yes.
And mark
Oh.
you guys, these people have paid for their outfits. When it comes to wedding, you have to do the down payment for the
Yes.
outfits, so
Yes.
that when you go and want to fit in, you're just giving the final payment and your outfits are ready. When it
Yes.
comes to my bridesmaids, they had done the down payment of their outfits, from the makeup, nails, all those things that bridesmaids get involved in when it comes to wedding, the pajamas, if they wanted a robe or something, they were ready. My bridesmaids were ready for it. They couldn't even wait for the day to come.
Yeah.
So everything was okay. The outfits, we went to check for the ladies' outfits. They were in good process. The men outfits were in good process.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here we go. I feel like something is trying to drift away, but when you're planning something big, you always
Stressful.
say, let's
Yes.
just pray about it. Let's
Yeah.
just hold on to this faith, because
Mm-hmm.
it's going to happen. It
Yes.
can't fail. It
Of course
cannot
not.
fail.
Mm-hmm.
The devil is a liar. It's not going to fail.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So we started having some disagreements, not even big deal disagreements. It's like, tell me more about when I come to your parents, what is going to be like. I'm like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. With me, I had talked to my parents and told them, anything that this man is going to give you into your hands, please receive
Accept.
it,
Yes.
accept it. No
Mm-hmm.
matter how small, no matter how big,
Yes.
accept it,
Yes.
because this is his first time. He's going to visit again, and there
Yes.
is more. So please accept, give us your blessings. Let us continue with our wedding. And they were
Yes.
okay. They were
Mm-hmm.
very okay. They had no problem. So
Mm-hmm.
I told her there is no big deal. You just relax. We are
Mm-hmm.
going to do all this, and I got you. I will support you. I will stand by you. I will protect you. If anyone wants to take advantage of you, I
I'm
will
there.
protect you, because
Yes.
I understand how our society is. I was ready to be there for him.
Mm-hmm.
So now it is December, around date 10. He's to travel from 13th, 14th. He's in Kenya. And I'm feeling butterflies. I'm going to meet this man in the airport for the first time. I'm
Yes.
trying to figure out who is going to take me to the airport.
The
My guy is
video, the
coming.
picture. Oh,
We already bought a new bed, because starting life, you have to start from the basics. So within that week, we had bought a new bed. Everything was new. My man is coming. We need a spacious bed.
yes, of course. When you're getting married.
So
Oh,
we already knew where we are going to have our honeymoon. Actually, we were going to have our honeymoon in Zanzibar.
something that.
It has been my
Oh,
to go place. I said, if I
yes.
ever do a wedding, my honeymoon is going to be in Zanzibar. So he was like, yes, our honeymoon is going to be in Zanzibar. And we already contacted the people, the tour agency that will take care of that. They were
Yes.
aware we are going to Zanzibar. Hmm?
Oh,
I had even made the 7 days outfits. Oh
yes.
my goodness. You don't know how ready I was. You guys don't know how ready I was. The 7 day outfits for our
Mm-hmm.
honeymoon. I was like, they were ready, they were there, they were waiting for me. Ah, and so 13 the 12 comes. Like the moment we started having disagreement, I felt like something is drifting away. But I'm
Mm,
not looking into it that much. I'm like, I'm going to hold on to hope. I'm going to hold on to this little faith that I have, and
yeah.
everything will be in place. But when
Mm,
the week 10, the day of day 10 of December came in,
yes.
I was like, no, something is wrong somewhere.
Mm.
Something is wrong. My intuition is
Starting to
communicating.
feel cold. Yeah.
Yes,
You're getting a
something
cold
is wrong
shoulder.
somewhere. He's
Mm-hmm.
not there. He's not there emotionally. What is going on? I'm
Mm.
starting to text a lot. It has not been happening this way. I'm starting
Mm.
to leave a lot of missed calls, because I
Mm.
want his reassurance. I want
Yes.
to know he's there, he's coming.
Yes.
But I think the part that I didn't do right is not asking him to send me his flight documents and all that, the
Mm.
flight ticket. I
Right.
didn't really look into that, because he
Mm.
just told me, I will book, I will do what, I will do what. And I was like, I trust you. I
No,
trusted him.
but Sharon, you won't think of anything like that because first of all, look at the big plans you have made so far together. I don't think you would have like the second thought of saying, "Oh, I need to see his flight tickets. Maybe he's not coming." I don't think that thought would have crossed your mind. So I
It
understand.
never. It never
Mhm.
did, because he had spent more than just booking a flight. And
Mhm.
I had an apartment which he was paying. So him
Mhm.
coming to stay in that apartment, I had no problem. I will tell you
Mhm.
sincerely, I had no problem. But we had
Mhm.
planned we would stay in our apartment and go to another hotel somewhere, just to change the environment, which he had no problems about. So
Mhm.
I don't know, he got cold feet. I don't understand. But things just started happening, just started taking a different direction. He started being called on me, not responding back on time, taking like a whole day, like no response. You read the messages, but you're not responding. What's not happening? So on that 11, he tells me, oh, I'm sorry, I've been so busy. But he was driving and he told me, I'm going to my parents' place, my mom's place, to take my suitcase. And I was like, oh, thank you,
Ah,
Lord.
he's
He's here.
coming.
He's going
Yes,
to park. He's
yes.
coming.
Mm-hmm.
There are some outfits he had bought me. My bride robe, the one you wear during the morning before you do your gown.
Yes,
He
to
bought me
prepare.
that, and the necklace. There are just some few things he had bought me, so I was also waiting for that to arrive. And then when he said, "I'm going to my parents, to my mom's place to pick my suitcase," I was like, "Thank you, Lord. You've answered my prayers." You know those times when you say, "God, you've answered my prayers." Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I
You
waited.
felt some relief. You're like, ah,
Yes, I breathed. I had the hope doubled. The faith got even much stronger.
mm-hmm.
So when he said he was going to pick his suitcase and he was to arrive on 14th, and that
Yes.
was the last time I heard from him
What?
until, yes, until after 16th. He went silent from,
16th is the day of the affidavit, swearing
yes,
of the affidavit.
yes. So he went silent from 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. 16th, this period, I've been texting like a mad person. I
Wow.
sit on my bed crying. I write so very long paragraphs. And I feel like he will know how much I feel and how much I need him. I'm like, what happened? Did you get an accident? We're going to your mom's place. Tell me what happened. No
Ah.
response.
Oh.
No response. And I was like, what are my parents going to think about?
Oh my
Because
God.
I already knew
You in, yeah.
this this is going in a wrong direction because he's not showed up. On 15th, my mom calls me because
Oh
I
my
already
God.
told them the dates. On
Yeah.
15th, my mom calls me at night.
Yeah.
And the only thing my mom asked was, are you on the way? Coming. We are waiting for you. I was like, what am I going to answer? And then I told mom, there is something that I'm doing. I will call you back. Because I have no words to lie. I have like,
Yes.
what am I going to say? I'm also confused. The stress is kicking in. Like everything is turning. I'm like, what went wrong? Like what
Yeah.
went wrong and where? What did I miss? On 16th, he texts, not even call. He
Ah.
texts
Mm-hmm.
and tells me there is something that happened. I will call you.
Oh.
Just give me time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I should give you time. No problem. But can you just know this is what I'm going through? And you can just communicate and give me something I can hold on. I can hold on to something. Maybe you are in a certain airport and you are stuck, so I can just have hopes you are somewhere on your way coming. We can change few things in these our plans.
Yes. Yes.
And he was like, no, 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 I will get back to you. And he went
Mm-hmm.
silent. When
Mm-hmm.
I say he went silent, he
From
ghosted
that
me.
from that moment.
Yes, he ghosted me.
Jesus.
Ghosted.
Jesus.
Just like that. So I want you to imagine all the people I had talked to, all the people he had engaged with, from the groomsmen to my parents, to my
Mainly,
sisters.
mainly your parents, Sharon, because you know one thing these foreign men don't understand is that once you involve your parents, that thing is so serious
Yes.
that now it's gonna befall on you because they'll be like, why are you playing with us? Like, why are
Mm-hmm.
mbona unacheza na sisi? Because it looks like
Yes.
you're playing with the parents. So they don't understand the seriousness of involving the parents. It's one thing
Yep.
with your friends, you can deal with your friends and all that, but
Mm-hmm.
your parents, the elders, that.
It's really hard.
Mhm.
It was really hard. So my problem was not even the groomsmen
Mhm.
or my friends. My problem
Mhm.
was my dad, my mom, and maybe if my dad had involved this clan elder,
Yeah, that's why I said the elders. Oh my God! And you know how
I
they
was
get dramatic.
yes,
They will even find your family. They will be like, you have to give the clan a cow or something to
yes,
come and apologize. Okay, if there's some foreign men watching here, these things are so serious. If you know you can't like go through with it, don't let the girl involve the parents and the
yes.
elders. It's so
Mhm.
bad. It's really bad. Mm-hmm.
And another thing, I didn't force him to communicate with
Mhm,
my parents. He
mhm,
asked. I used to avoid that part. I don't know. I just used to avoid that part because I know my dad. I was like,
mm,
no, I need the right time. I need the right time. You will talk to them, but just wait. But she was like, no, I want to get to know your parents. I know this is the first time that I'm coming to you. Let me just talk to your parents on the phone, and we should, get in, like, engaged and talk. And I gave
mm.
him that chance. He used to talk to them, and they used to have a really good conversation.
Yeah.
So they believed in him. Actually, they did believe in him. So
Mhm.
it really caused, the ghosting led to a very bad relationship between me
And your
and
partner.
not even my dad, my mother. It really
Yes.
caused a very bad relationship, I will tell you guys, because my mom was someone who was looking forward to, now this is my girl who is going to get married, and someone is coming, like he's promised to come, all the way from US. You know how our mothers feel when it comes to that.
Yeah. It's a
So
big
she
deal.
was there,
Yes.
and when I called her, first I called my dad, and the only thing I asked my dad was like, did you tell anyone? And my dad was like, no, I was waiting for you to tell me you are on the way, and then I would call them because they're my
Ah,
closest people. They would
bravo.
just be, they will show up in a minute. So I was like, thank you. So this
Oh,
is what happened. He's not coming.
mhm.
I lied. I will tell you guys, I lied for this man, even after he ghosted me. This is what happened. He had problems with his documents, so he cannot travel. But once he fixed them, he will be
Yes.
able to travel.
Mhm.
And my dad was very positive. He told me that's a good thing. You will continue getting to know each other.
Italian.
Give it
Right.
time. And I was
Mhm.
like, thank you. Now the
Yeah.
next person I have to call is
Your
my
mom.
mom.
Uh-oh.
I thought of the things I am going to defend myself and defend this man. And I picked that phone and I called my mom. And I
Mhm.
told mom, that person did come. And she was like, why? What happened? And I was like, he had a problem with his documents. So I think once he fixes them, he will travel. But all the plans that we had in place, I don't think if they're going to happen in the time period that we had set. So that's what happened. Yeah,
Mhm.
my mom said, why? Did you know him well? I was like, oh my goodness, what am
Oh
I
my
going to
God.
say? It was
Mm.
our first meeting. So anyway, I let my mom talk because she have to. I
Yes.
put her in that
Yes.
situation. So I let her talk. Then I told her, mom,
Mm.
but it has happened, so it's fine. So
Mm.
then I came back to myself. Now that's when reality kicked in. After 16th, that's when reality kicked in, guys. I was looking around. My groomsmen are like, are you sure? Some of them are like, were you sure this thing was going to happen? I was like, how can I just come up with something like this? My
Yeah.
bridesmaids, some of them were very understanding, and I want to thank each those people who stood by me. I just want to thank you if you'll ever come across this video. Thank you for
Yes.
standing with me during that
Mhm.
period. But there are
Mm.
just those who were drifting away. They were looking at me like it was all lies, it was all made up, it was like you were taking money from us. I didn't take any money directly to myself when it comes to to groomsmen and bridesmaids outfits. They were
Right.
sending it to specific individuals, not
Right.
me. But
Yes.
all their outfits were intact. from groomsmen to bridesmaids. So
Right.
I just want to say things happened, and I'm sorry wherever you are, things happened. But here I
Mhm.
am. The problem at that time kicked me into depression real quick because
Oh
it
yeah.
was really hard for me to deal with the losses. It was
Mm-hmm.
very hard. The story spread after just the wedding didn't happen. That's when I
Mm.
knew many people knew I was going to have a wedding. A
Mm.
lot of people knew I was going to in fact they knew even the date because I had the card, the invitation card was out, but I did not
Mm.
send it immediately to people. I was
Yes.
waiting for him to jet in, then I can send it. But many people knew that I was going to have a wedding, and that wedding has failed, from
Yes.
extended family members, from friends of friends of friends that I
Wow.
know nothing about. They knew. From old schoolmates, they knew that I planned a wedding and it had failed. And they pointed a finger at me as the villain in the story. And
Wow.
like, I was like, if I was the villain in this story, I wouldn't have come a long way with the planning. If it was
Yes.
the gown money, I would have used it to do other things because I wouldn't
True.
say I didn't have other things to do with money. I did.
Yeah. Mm.
If it's the money he used to send on a weekly basis, I would have used it for any other thing that I wanted to. But
True.
I was the villain in this story. They
Mm-hmm.
talked, people talked a lot of things, and I understand when you are in a vulnerable state, people can say whatever they want to say. I
Mm.
went into depression. I
Oh.
went into depression.
Mm-hmm.
The person I had paid for my gowns, I don't know what came over her. She also ghosted me with all the outfits,
Eh.
from a gown, reception jumpsuit, a prom dress that would be used for my engagement,
Right.
the African wear for me and the man that was coming to marry me. She ghosted me with all those outfits, with all the down payments I had done, more
Oh.
than 90,000 Kenyan shillings. And I have the receipts, I
Yes.
have the transactions, everything. In
Wow.
fact, I went to do my fitting for the jumpsuit and the gown, and she told me, come with your hair clip, whatever you are going to wear for the day, just carry them. I even carried my bride's shoes to do the fitting. So that day I
Yes.
didn't do the fitting and I left everything in her shop.
Yes.
She ghosted me with all those things, guys.
Oh my goodness.
All those outfits, from shoes, from hair clip.
Even your bridal pass. You also went with your
Yes,
bridal pass as well.
she ghosted me with all those things. And wherever she
Mm-hmm.
is, I
Mm-hmm.
just want to say, I hope you're doing fine with my gown. My gown was actually 85,000 Kenyan shillings. I had paid 60,000 Kenyan shillings. I hope you are doing fine with it.
Oh, that is so wrong. And you found
Yes,
this designer on Instagram. I remember you said you had found her page on
someone is on
Instagram.
my door.
Okay, yeah, just go and check and come back. So you
Okay,
guys,
thank you.
you guys, this person disappears even with things that had nothing to do with her. You know, the shoes, the hair clip, uh, everything. So I can see
Oh,
that we are so many of us, and yet we only have 3 likes. Please, guys, like the video
I'm
as we
from the
listen to the
shower.
story. Like the video, like the video. She will be back. She will be back. Like the video. So this whole ghosting thing, and I know a lot of you have a lot of questions, especially those of you who have not done online dating. You're like, how can you plan the wedding and everything, with somebody that you're actually going to meet for the first time? This is how most of these people who have met online, this is how it goes, you guys. This is how it goes. Even if they meet for the first time and he goes back, they're going to plan everything online. When they're now thinking about getting married, they're going to plan everything online. Okay, a lot of people have married during the first meeting, myself included, by the way. That's how it happens, because once you start talking to somebody online, um you build this connection, you start making plans, you start doing a lot of things, and then you end up planning the wedding. That's how it happened with me. I looked at all the documents required, I looked at everything, and I was also skeptical because I had been ghosted. Of course, my ghosting is not as dramatic as Sharon's, but I had been ghosted. So I don't want you to be looking at this and judging her and saying, oh, how could you plan these things? Oh, how could you do this? But these are things that happen. They happen. People plan these things. Some of them go through, and some could end in disaster, like in this case. Um, I do remember that time when Sharon was going through this. It was so bad. Oh my goodness. I couldn't even believe it because I was actually with her every step of the way. She was telling me, okay, now I'm booking that appointment for the affidavit, and I'm doing that. And as I said, she even sent me a screen recording of how to book that appointment. And she was like, just post it for the girls, those ones who are dating Americans and they would like to get married. This is the process. They have to book this. So I was there and I was like, oh my God, this cannot be happening. In fact, the last moment when she said that the guy is not talking, I thought it was a prank. I thought he's gonna now tell her, by the way, I'm at the airport, or are you picking me up, or what is going on? Like it was, oh my goodness, it was really bad. So let me read your comments as Sharon comes back. Rose, the guy was black or white? She will come back and tell us because it's not my story. But it doesn't really matter. Honestly, the color doesn't matter because somebody's character is what matters. Sandra, it is a blessing. He did not show up because he would have done this later once they had kids. Okay, that could have happened. That could have happened. Mhm. People are passing through a lot. That is Sandra. Kate says you're a strong woman. Yes, I think she's a strong woman. But keep in mind, guys, she took time to heal because I think this story is very difficult to narrate. So it has taken her time to actually tell this story. I've been telling her you should share your story so people know that these things happen even like 1 week before your wedding or even 2 weeks before your wedding. Sharon, you're a strong woman. Sorry. Yes, guys, please like the video. There's so many of us and I only have 5 likes. Please like the video. Let me check if Sharon is gonna come back to us. Or maybe she has, because she's actually at work. So maybe I don't know if the boss has called her or what is going on. Because I can see she has disconnected from the live. Keep praying. I cried to the Lord. Okay. How long it took her to I think she said they met in 2020, so this whole thing was happening in 2020, or was it 2021? So it has taken quite a bit of time. Some of these stories that people share, you share so many years later when you can narrate without crying. Oh my God. Some of these stories are serious. Oh my goodness. For me, I always refer to this ghosting story when I was ghosted. Of course, we were making plans like Sharon, but our plans were not that advanced. Like there was no wedding gown that was bought. There weren't any material things that I could hold and say, oh, we had bought this. Everything was done online. Okay, so I had gone to a jeweler to check my ring size, and I sent him my ring size, and he was supposed to be coming with the ring. But this one, oh my goodness, this one is serious. It is serious, you know. So you guys, let me pause the live. Let me pause the live and see if Sharon will be back with us. Don't go far. I'm just pausing the live and then check her and see if she's able to come back, or maybe she's gone back to work because she was at work actually. So Just give me a minute and then we shall be back. We shall be back.